My name is David Eldersveld, and in this report we ask the question, is it possible to measure an individual's contribution to human history? So out of over 11,000 individuals spanning 52 distinct centuries, 87 occupations, how do people stack up? So collectively looking at the distribution of the birth year, you can see that we're heavily weighted toward the 20th century. You can see here the collective information by country, as well as the industry or where they contributed to history. And then I can filter this down by continent as well. Page views is one way to measure someone's popularity. And you can see here that in the data set there were 47 billion page views that were accounted for. 57% of the people were born in the 20th century, and the king of pop, Michael Jackson, is top of the list. And I can filter this down by continent, and then I can also click on the different pictures here, the different names rather, and the pictures will change. The map changes to reflect where they were born, and then there's a country contribution down at the bottom. This list is largely made up of entertainment, sports, so on and so forth. Where are the heavy hitters of history? So a group at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology called the Pantheon Project came up with a formula called Historical Popularity Index, which weights page views, but then it also throws other things like the number of years since they were born into the mix. So here we see some of the people we might expect over history, Aristotle, Plato, Jesus, Socrates, so on and so forth. And then HPI, for the purpose of our demo, is largely meaningless. But you can see here that Aristotle, who led the list, had an HPI of almost 32, whereas the average was about 22. And then down at the bottom, there's also an aggregate by country. It's one thing to look at geography, but then how do I see where people stack up across their occupation or industry? And here we have the ability to look at the different domains where they contributed. I can drill down into, say, sports, individual sports, cyclist, and I could filter down that list to see all the cyclists. And then finally, we have a little fun head-to-head contest where if we had to match up two people across time, who would win? So in this case, we've got a random pick of Keanu Reeves, which is awesome. So we've got his HPI at 23.39, and the goal here is to beat Keanu Reeves. And to do that, I simply have to pick somebody who has a higher HPI. And, I'll pick a golfer. I lose. His HPI was only 18.36, so I'll pick somebody else. Explorer, Abel Tasman. See where yes, victory, he wins. Awesome. His HPI is 25 versus 23.